Hello everyone, we are Jinghe Technology. Next, introduce the Spray Dispensing Valve. Today, the connection and debugging of the signal lines of the dispensing valve and controller are introduced. This is a hot melt adhesive. It is dispensed after heating. We need to put the hot melt adhesive tube in the heating bucket. Put the rubber bucket in and then rotate and fix it. Next, let's take a look at the connection method of this signal cable. This is the signal line of the dispensing jet valve. This is the signal line connected to the dispenser. This signal line is the signal line interface for the dispensing machine. This is the signal cable for heating the dispensing nozzle. This wire heats the hot melt adhesive drum. The blue wire is connected to the heated rubber drum. This is the total air source, which is connected to the port from the external trachea and is the input port. The input port of the air duct. The input air pressure requirement is 0.60.8 megapascal. This small output air pressure is used for rubber drums. Output air pressure to the rubber drum. The trachea is connected to the rubber barrel. This one with a large air pressure output is for the dispensing valve. This large output air pressure is used for the dispensing valve, and the air pressure needs to push the spring inside the dispensing valve. Then this glue bucket is connected to this position. This port is the incoming air pressure. This signal cable is for heating the rubber bucket. This wire is for heating the rubber cartridge. This is the power cord that heats the dispenser nozzle. This is 220 volts. Is there any damage to the inspection line during operation? This port is the signal line connecting the machine. This port is connected to the solenoid valve. This is the port of the solenoid valve. We connect the heating wiring of this dispensing nozzle to the port. We connect after aligning the direction. The red dot position is connected to the red dot position. If you need to pull it out, hold the top and pull it back. We are now connecting the heating wires of the rubber drums. Now start connecting all the signal lines. This is the 220-volt power input port. There is a power switch below. All the signal lines are connected. Then tighten the hot melt drum. This is the heater control switch of the hot melt adhesive drum. This is the heater control switch of the dispensing nozzle. The left side is to control the heating of the glue barrel, and the right side is to control the heating of the dispensing nozzle. This is for a hot melt adhesive bucket. This is the heating part of the dispensing nozzle. If you need to debug the set temperature value, please press the second button. This is the temperature we're going to set to 125 degrees. Then click to get the current temperature value. This is the temperature that's heating up. If I need to change the set temperature, first press the second key, then press the direction, up key or down key to adjust. The upward arrow represents increasing the temperature, and the downward arrow represents decreasing the temperature. Ignore the first button, don't worry about it. The temperature control methods on both sides are the same. This is the operation interface. If you need to switch to English, you need to turn off the power and restart. We will introduce the Chinese content first. The air pressure here is the air pressure value of the rubber barrel. We connected the air tube to the plastic container. We lower the air pressure, adjust it to the lowest level, and check if the air is flowing out. We need to check whether the rubber drum is firmly fixed on it. After tightening, here is a rubber barrel cover. We need to fix it on the rubber barrel. This is fixed by rotary tightening. This glue needs 125 degrees. Not all glues need to be heated to 125 degrees, mainly depending on the type of glue. Next, let's install the rubber barrel lid. Press down the rubber barrel lid and fix it with screws. The screws are aligned with the center of the rubber barrel cover, and then tightened and fixed. Just tighten and fix it, then connect the trachea. Then we insert the trachea output from the controller into the bucket lid. Then we adjusted the air pressure. This air pressure value is slowly increasing. The pressure of the glue container is generally adjusted to 200350 kPa. The higher the air pressure, the more glue is dispensed. If you need to increase or decrease the amount of adhesive dispensed, we can control it by adjusting the air pressure. This is the air pressure interface of the dispensing valve input. Insert the trachea into this interface. This is the trachea of the dispensing valve. Then we turned up the air pressure. The minimum pressure of the dispensing valve must reach 650,000 PAC. Be sure to reach 650,000 PA, otherwise there may be problems such as leakage of glue. There may be instances where the glue doesn't come out or misses the areas that need glue. There is an exhaust port on this dispensing valve, which is used to connect the muffler. The blue connector is connected to the muffler. Use the interface of the trachea to the dispenser outlet and silencer. This rubber bucket is used to reduce the volume when the dispensing valve is working. This can reduce the volume generated by the dispensing valve, but it cannot eliminate the sound. We use the trachea to connect to the muffler interface from the dispensing valve. Let's find a trachea to demonstrate. This way the connection is done. Okay, we checked all the signal wires, trachea, air pressure, and heating temperature. Because it is hot melt glue, it takes about 10 minutes to heat the temperature. When the temperature reaches the set value, we start to adjust the dispensing amount. Let's loosen the micrometer setting screw first. After the fixing screw is loosened, we first rotate and tighten the micrometer to the end. We need to tighten the micrometer. After tightening, we need to adjust the dispensing amount. How to adjust it? With the coil tightened, rotate it back one full turn. After rotating back 1 full revolution, we use the controller to perform a dispensing test. Press the controller to test, and the dispensing valve will start spraying glue. Click Controller Test to check the shape of the dispensing. If the shape of the dispensing is not round, we need to debug the micrometer. Just debug until the shape of the dispensing is round. We press the controller dispensing test button, move the paper file, and then check whether the spray glue shape is round. The shape of the dispensing is required to be rounded. We shall conclude our discussion on the commissioning of dispensing valves at this juncture. Should you require any further clarification, please contact us at www.jhims.com. We press the dispensing test switch, and then rotate the micrometer with the other hand. Check if the glue spray is in a straight line. When we see that the glue spray is in a straight line, we tighten the screws to fix the micrometer. If it is not easy to observe, we use a flashlight, which needs to be adjusted to the glue sprayed out as a straight line, which cannot be spread out or tilted. The glue is ejected from the nozzle. So when we debug, click to control the glue test, and the glue sprayed by the nozzle is a straight line, which cannot be scattered or tilted. When spraying glue, it is best to use a straight line. Next, how do we debug the dispensing valve? Let's loosen the micrometer setting screw first. This is a fixing screw. And then rotate the micrometer a little bit. After rotating the micrometer, test the dispensing effect. We flipped the test switch and rotated the micrometer slightly. Rotate a small amount, so don't rotate too loosely. We check whether the glue is in a straight line during the dispensing test, and we need to observe it carefully. If the spray of glue is a straight line, then the state is the best, so we need to fix the locking screw. Lock the fixing screws. Since the controller is connected to the dispensing machine, the opening or closing of the dispensing valve is directly controlled by the machine. Since there is a signal cable behind the controller that is connected to the machine, the handle can also be used to control the dispensing valve. This signal cable is connected to the dispensing machine, so the machine can also be controlled. This is a manual operation controller for dispensing work. This is a straight line pattern. The linear mode is to keep signaling the dispensing valve. It means, press the switch. The dispensing valve with the fastest speed has been dispensing work. There is a loop mode option in the settings. In cycle mode, the number of dispensings can be set. Suppose the spray stops after 10 glue spots. Suppose I set the number of cycles to 20, which means I press the switch and the dispensing valve sprays 20 glue dots. This is the set number of cycles. We click in to modify the quantity. There are 3 options in the click settings, but we only use 2 options. The first is straight line mode, the second is loop mode, and the third is pulse mode. To switch to English mode, turn off the power and restart. Select the English language. Click English. Click Settings. The first option is linear mode, and the second option is loop mode. When booting, the left is English and the right is Chinese. Select the corresponding language and enter. We powered off the machine, restarted it, and switched to Chinese. When booting, wait for the screen to flash, and then click. Dispensing valve opening settings. The time to open the valve means the time when the firing pin is lifted up and the glue enters the nozzle. Valve closing time means the time when the firing pin drops and stops after the glue flows into the nozzle. Here is the setting of the dispensing valve opening time and closing time and the number of cycles. The number of cycles refers to the number of times the dispensing valve strikes the nozzle according to the set number of times when we press the switch. Assuming a setting of 10 times means that pressing the switch once will spray 10 glue dots. Click to open the valve, and the firing pin inside the dispensing valve will be lifted. Click again to close the valve and the firing pin will be lowered. This is the dispensing valve test switch. Click Settings, which is to set the dispensing mode of the glue. We don't need pulse mode. Next, we introduce the disassembly and assembly of the dispensing valve. We rotated and took out this white rubber bucket. It's a little hot at this time, so we should pay attention. We rotate and take it out. We used tools to remove the heating drums. Remove the following to screws. If it is hot melt glue, the heating temperature of the glue barrel should reach 120 degrees, and the heating temperature of the nozzle should reach 140 degrees. The heating temperature of different glues is different. We set the heating temperature according to the requirements of the glue. So when dispensing glue, we must first understand the maximum heating temperature of the glue. If it is a thermosetting glue, we need to minimize the heating temperature of the glue. After loosening the screws, we can separate the heating drums. Next, we continue to remove the fixing screws. After loosening the screws, we can remove the nozzle heating block parts. Remove the fixing screw and loosen the micrometer. We want to loosen the micrometer as much as possible and keep it in a very loose state. Then the scale reaches around 5, and there is no need to loosen it. When the scale is stretched out and reaches scale 5, there is no need to release it again. Then, loosen this nozzle retainer screw cap, so you can take it off. We just unscrewed it completely. There's a nozzle in there. There's a nozzle inside. Be careful. This is the runner of the glue, and we will also disassemble it for cleaning. Remove these two screws. We continue to disassemble this paint cavity. We should be careful not to lose the parts when we remove them. There is a gasket here with a seal inside. This sealing ring. There's a spacer. Here's a seal, and if the seal breaks, the glue will leak out. This is the seal. This seal needs to be replaced regularly. This is a Teflon seal. We only need to clean the removed part, and now this part does not need to be cleaned. We continued disassembly and removed the firing pin. Now, this is the firing pin sticking out, and we need to clean the surface of the firing pin. We only need to clean the surface of the firing pin and the following parts. Just clean the following parts. Next, we disassembled the firing pin parts. There are 4 screws on it. We loosen these screws and take them out. Loosen these 4 screws. There's a spring in there. It's placed like this inside the micrometer. This is the firing pin. Let's take a look. The firing pins and nozzles are made of tungsten carbide, so we need to protect them. There is a seal on the firing pin, and if it is damaged, there will be abnormal problems. Next, we introduce how to assemble the dispensing valve. Our consumables are equipped with this white lubricating oil. We put a little bit of white oil on the firing pins and other areas. Put a circle of white oil in it like this. Then apply a little white oil to the seal. Also apply some white oil to the sealing ring. Then slowly press down the firing pin. Press to the very bottom. Then align the part groove with the raised part of the firing pin. There is a groove in the center. Align the raised part of the firing pin and then tighten and fix it. This is a grooved hole. Then align the raised part of the firing pin. Finally, fix these 4 screws. We shouldn't tighten this micrometer. We need to display the 5 marks. The scale is at 5 here. When we assemble this cavity, remember to place the gasket in this position. This is the gasket. Let's take a look at where this gasket is placed. After assembly, we use screws to fix it. During the assembly process, we must pay attention to the direction. Our rubber bucket is placed on the left. The rubber bucket is on this side, so you need to pay attention to the direction when assembling. We need to keep this orientation in mind. Then we use screws to secure this cavity. Now assemble this runner. We require the flow channel to be aligned with the cavity. The surfaces of these two parts are in a flat state with the same height. We need to clean the nozzle, otherwise it will affect the dispensing. Under normal circumstances, the nozzle will automatically fall off. Now that the nozzle has solidified, we need to take it out. This is the nozzle. The nozzle groove is aligned with the firing pin. Lay the nozzle flat in this direction without tilting. In this way, the nozzle cannot be tilted. Then tighten the fixing screw cap of the nozzle. We tightened and fixed the screw cap. We need to ensure that the nozzle is flat and cannot be tilted. Just tighten the screws and fix it like it is. The dispensing valve body has been assembled, and the nozzle heating block is assembled next. There is some residual glue on it, which cannot be placed easily. We took it down and cleaned it. Push the heating block to the innermost position, like in the video. We want this nozzle to protrude. Then use screws to fix it. The voltage input to this heating block is 220 volts, so we have to be careful. Next, we assembled the heating bucket. Pay attention to the direction when assembling and then insert it. After putting it in, then use screws to fix it. Use two screws to fix it. This hot melt adhesive dispensing valve, we assembled it. Next, we will introduce how to connect the dispensing valve to the controller. This controller is also the interface for 3 trachea connections. This is the air input. Input air pressure, 0.6 0.8 megapascal. The second is the glue container, and the third is the output air pressure of the dispensing valve. This is the solenoid valve signal line interface. This green port is connected to the signal cable of the dispensing machine. This is the signal line interface of the dispensing valve nozzle heating block. This one is heated with 24 volts. This is the power input port using a 24-volt power supply. And then there's a power switch. The operation interface is the same as the previous operation screen content. This is to adjust the air pressure input by the dispensing valve. The following air pressure is to adjust the input air pressure of the rubber barrel. If you adjust the heating temperature of the dispensing valve nozzle, we set it in the settings. This is the setting of the heating temperature of the dispensing valve nozzle. For example, you want to set the heating temperature to 50 degrees. You can set 50 degrees and click OK. This will display the actual temperature of the current dispensing valve nozzle. The display is 0 degrees, indicating that I currently do not have a signal cable connected to the heating block. The other settings are the same as before.